Welcome back to It's a Small Disney Podcast. I'm Eric.
I'm April.
It's took us weeks to recover, but we did it.
Are we recovered?
I don't know if I'm recovered yet.
I still feel a little tired.
If for some reason this is your first episode, then you didn't know that we thought we were
20.
We thought we were young and full of energy, and we could go to Disney in a 24-hour period that consisted of waking up, traveling, full day at a park, then traveling back and getting home all within a 24-hour period. Which, I will say, if you look at the clock, when we start, I'm going to try to make a reel, we really did hit it right about 24 hours.
Yes, we did.
We left around 2:15 a.m. We got home, I think, at 2:30 a.m. the next day.
Mm-hmm.
So we did this whirlwind of a trip to Epcot, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to recap a little bit. This is probably going to be two-part episode. I feel like we should talk about it for two parts.
Why does it look like we're in two different... Do you see that? Like you're way back and I'm up front.
Because you're leaning on the desk.
Okay.
Because you were in front of me.
I'm still sort of out of it.
Do you want me to lean too so we can both be like this? Does that look better to you?
I still feel like... Okay. Yeah, anyway. All right. You just cut all this out.
Nope. Staying in.
Okay. So... For context, we live about 12 hours away. Flying, it's about 2, depending on the pilot, 2 hours away.
Depending on the pilot.
Yeah, because sometimes they get us
they
there
flip the
faster.
nitro.
You know that.
Right. So, yes, we have two options when we travel to Disney. We have Frontier, which does not fly out of our local airport, which we are only about 5 minutes from.
Mm-hmm.
It flies out of Covington/Cincinnati, which is a good, affordable, one-way.
It's a cheap-ass airline. Let's go.
That's it is cheap.
It is.
But it's a straight shot there. Hour and a half, 2-hour flight, you're good. And it goes into Orlando International, which is about a 20-minute Uber lift to wherever you're going in Disney.
Right. So that's the route we chose.
Chose that. We also have the option of Allegiant, which does fly out of our local airport. So we save on traveling to the airport because when we go to Covington, Cincinnati, it's about an hour and 15-minute drive to the airport as opposed to 5. But when we get to Orlando, it comes out of Sanford, the Allegiant flight does, so we have to add about an extra 20 minutes of a lift ride on there, so it ends up being about 45 minutes to Disney.
That's a great geography lesson. This was awesome. Yeah. Okay.
So, next family trip, we are doing Allegiant because we're not trying to cram a trip into 24 hours. We will have time, but for the purposes of this, we wanted to get to Epcot as quick as possible
and kill ourselves in the...
No, you can't say that.
Why?
You have to say unalive. People don't like when you say that.
Okay, so let's get this party started. Okay, so just to give you a little background, the night before was our daughter's prom, so we were going to get to sleep early and then get up at I still don't have my real ID. I'm waiting for it to come in the mail. So we were like, we need to get there early, but in case we have to go through additional security and something like that. So and our flight was, I think, at 5 a.m.
Takeoff was 5:49.
Yeah.
I think.
So boarding was starting around 5. So we were like, all right, we're going to leave at 1. Got to give us plenty of time to get there.
No, we're going to get up at 1.
Yeah. We were going to get up at 1, leave at 2.
Yep.
Well, said prom, and because of that, we ended up not even getting into bed till 11:30. So the trip started with us having 1.5 hours of sleep. So I don't know. Maybe you can function on that, But I'm 43 and I cannot function on 1.5 hours of sleep. How much sleep do I need to get? I don't know. We're talking
12.
Yeah, like I need sleep
15
to function. So this was already starting off bad. I was nervous just because of the amount of sleep that I had. That made me nervous for sleep. But we got up. We made it. We were in a great mood. We got there. It was easy breezy to get through, even without my real ID.
I told you on the website it said the Kentucky temporary one will work.
But the TSA says something different, and that's what they
Nobody
said. I just had to
follows
do
the same
something.
rules at every
I just had
airport.
to do a little bit of an additional thing, but it was no big deal. Straight through. And then we got on the plane, and we were excited. Tired, but excited.
Yeah, and we originally mapped it out that we were going to get to Epcot probably a little bit after the park opened, basing it on the time of the flight, getting our lift, and all that. Like April said earlier, that flight lasted about an hour and 20 minutes,
That
I think.
pilot, I mean, he was on it. So we ended up landing and getting to Disney and rope dropping Epcot.
We
That's
rope
how
dropped
early
Epcot.
we got there.
Now, normally our rope drops are rope dropping with the resort guests
So
because
this was the first time doing it like this.
we
not
had
being a resort
to
guest.
go to that line of just normal guests.
That
and
line that we always just look at and be like,
we're
"Those
like
sad fools."
suckers, because normally we're getting there an extra 30 to 45 minutes
Mhm.
early, getting
Mhm.
in for resort guests. Oh well. So we rope dropped Joffrey's because we were ready to get some coffee and
We
some
were
breakfast.
starving.
We hadn't had anything to eat, so we went straight to Joffrey's. The Joffrey's there, right behind Spaceship Earth, before you get to the World Showcase.
And so we were like, should we rope drop? That's a Rope drop Joffrey's, rope drop Joffrey's.
Rope drop
So
Joffrey's.
should we do that or should we go to Frozen? Because
I got to ride
the
Frozen.
line was
I tried
not
to
that bad for Frozen. And it was like we didn't expect to be able to rope drop anything.
I'd already convinced myself that I was not going to get to ride one of my favorite rides at Epcot, Frozen.
So,
and I will say that till the end of the time. I love that ride so much.
So we ended up being able to not only go to Joffrey's and get our donut and get our coffee, but
My
then
special
go
coffee.
straight over and get on Frozen, like easily. Like we only waited like 20 minutes.
Have I ever talked about the Mutant Brew on the show? Or have I only talked about that on other podcasts?
I don't know. You're so popular. You have so many podcasts. I don't know.
I'm about to only have one. Sorry, Perry, if you're listening. But the Mutant Brew is you go to a Joffrey's that has spirits, and you take a shaky Jamaica, and instead of adding all like the cream that they have, you switch it up and you add Bailey's, and you have a double shot of whiskey to it. Mix it up a little bit, and you have the Mutant Brew Joffrey's, which gets you going. And let me tell you,
You're so excited talking about it.
I
Your
love
voice
that.
got so high and everything.
when I'm at Disney, time does not matter if you're drinking in the morning, in the evening.
And he is not lying, you all. He tries to get on Skyliner. This man's trying to get on the Skyliner at 7 o'clock in the morning with a clear cup with bourbon in it.
I forgot one.
And they're
no,
like, I don't think
I
so,
forgot
sir.
one time. I forgot one time. I usually put it in the coffee cup,
Yes, you do.
and I put the clear cup inside the coffee cup because bourbon will start eating through the paper. But I don't know what I was.
Geography and science.
Yes, I don't know what I was thinking one time, and I had the little plastic cup just out in the open because I walk around the resort like that. They don't care. But if they see you doing that on the Skyliner, my boy knew exactly he was like, "Oh, Dad's getting started early. You got to finish that." And I downed about
So here he
135
was.
proof ounce of whiskey before
7 o'clock in the morning.
7 a.m.
Taking
So,
shots at the Skyliner.
yeah, that was a shot I had to, or I couldn't get on.
Yeah.
So, anyway, yes, I got the Mutant Brew. You got your donut. All's well in the world.
And we went straight, and then we got on Frozen. We had to wait on the line just a little, but it was nothing like if you've been there and ridden Frozen.
And we got to see our first fight of the morning. because one family member said they should have went to Guardians since there is a wait line now that you can get in at Guardians, or you can still do your lightning lanes and all that. And the other part of the family wanted to go to Frozen.
And there were no children involved in this family, by the way.
And it was
like these were adults fighting, and they were not just like, oh, we should have done it. They were like dropping F-bombs and like really mad at each other, storming off, coming back. Like it was ridiculous.
One of the craziest things to me is seeing people get that mad. And I know we're adults, we cuss, but when we're at Disney, we're usually like, man, this is fucking great. And like,
I'm not going to cuss super loud like that with little children around. Like,
and usually we're by ourselves. No. We're not doing that with the kids.
No.
But also to see somebody full like ears, Disney shirt, all that, getting that mad, I don't understand. I almost wanted to say something, or I wanted to tell their family to leave her. I mean, leave her.
And she was a grown-ass adult. But it's like, how are you that mad when... And you're not a mother, you're not a father, so you've not been like struggling with the children all morning and been up since 5 a.m. and you're just fucking tired already. Like, it's nothing like that.
Speaking of F-bombs.
Oh, sorry. Can I not do that?
You can. I'm just saying.
Oh, sorry. Well, anyway, with the ears on and everything.
Yeah, with the ears on and everything.
No, I'm just saying there was no reason. There were no children involved. It was the first ride of the day. You're supposed to be happy. What are you even mad about? You know, like, what the heck? But anyway, so we got on Frozen, which was a super great surprise because we did not expect that at all. So then we're like, okay, what are we going to do? Like, what else do we do now?
Well, you know, we had time for my mutant brew to kick in. I was like, oh, let's go. Your coffee.
Drop, and Joffrey.
Drop, Joffrey.
Yeah.
But... You know, as soon as that was over, I was ready for a snack because I had not had a snack.
And what time was it at this point? Like, it was just like 9:30 or something. Like, it wasn't even that late. Early.
Yeah, it was 10 o'clock.
Okay.
So we'd rope dropped Joffrey's, rode Frozen. We're out, and I'm ready for a snack. Yeah. And I got that horn. At Norway, and it was so good. It's like this croissant rolled thing with like chocolate in the middle. I'll post a picture of it right here. But that was so good. Now I'm really ready to go.
So you've had your Joffrey's, and then we're like, okay. When we go to Epcot, we almost always go in when you can already start going around the showcase. So now here we're like, okay, we can't go around the showcase yet. We have a little bit of time, and we don't want to, we don't want to go and like walk. We were trying to conserve
get it out. Come on.
Well, and let's also preface this with, my leg is broken. So we were trying to like...
She has a busted kneecap right now.
So we were trying to like,
we were
walk everywhere, conserve our steps, I guess.
We were trying to avoid walking too far because we were like, we're not going to go back to the front of the park, but also we're about an hour away from the food stands opening. So what are we supposed to do? So we did something that we normally don't get to do. We just kind of moseyed around the showcase and actually looked at things.
Yeah, like before they got too crowded and
Before things got crowded, we went and looked at the train, the little train in Germany.
Yeah.
We went and took some pictures of all like the so what's the word for that? The plants.
Topiaries?
Topiaries. Yes.
I don't know if I'm saying it right, but
you're supposed to know this.
It's a tongue twister. Topiary. Like, that doesn't sound right. I'm sure that's not correct, but that's the only thing my mouth can do. Topiary. This is a...
So we walked around the showcase until it was time to eat.
And eat we did.
And we started back at the front at Mexico. Yeah. And we started hitting all the little stands, and we hit Mexico. We went
because it's Flower and Garden Festival now, too.
Food and Garden Festival? Food and Garden Festival.
It's flower. It is Food and Garden. I mean, that's exactly what it is. But it's Flower and Garden Festival right now.
Yeah,
so we started at we walked around, and then we're like, all right, let's eat Mexico. That's what we did. I wasn't very impressed this year with it. I'll be honest.
You didn't like what's the little? Oh, you know what was good? It wasn't the Mexican booth, but it was the one that had the short ribs.
Oh yeah, it was right across.
It was right before you got to Mexico, and there was this one. It was like a barbecue stand, and it had these short ribs.
Mm-hmm.
So good, but we weren't let down at our favorite place though. So we ate. We got a little bit in our belly, and then we went inside the pyramid because you know what we're about to do.
We about to go right through Caballeros.
We're about to get some margaritas first,
and then go right through Caballeros.
And
who told me I was doing it wrong?
What?
The three caballeros.
Tony Bag of Donuts.
Okay. Three
caballeros.
Three caballeros.
Caballeros.
That's wrong. I mean, I'm saying it too like
Caballeros.
southern.
Caballeros. And we got our favorite drinks. What'd you get this time? You got something different.
I did, and I don't remember.
It was the spicy.
Was it
spicy cucumber?
Oh, spicy cucumber, and it actually
had a pepper in it.
It had a pepper, but it actually had shredded cucumber inside of the drink. Oh, it was so good, but it was a lot. It was really big. Like normally
I got to
their
have
drinks
a lot of
are,
that too.
somewhat smaller, but it was a big one, and he had to end up helping me drink some of it.
And I got the corn
really
old fashioned, one of the best drinks in all of Disney.
And we sat where the little water fountain is.
We sat on the water fountain,
down on it,
and we just took it in.
Overlooked everything, and people watch. That's the best place to sit and people watch.
Because we were a little stressed around the frozen time, because when we go on a Disney trip by ourselves, something always happens immediately at home. And we got a call from Gran, a.k.a. Grandma, who's watching the kids, and said,
as we were rope dropping,
I think the toilet messed up, and there was water everywhere, and I think I got it fixed. And
there's towels down everywhere, like everywhere in the bathroom.
So now we think our bathroom is flooded.
I think our flooring is ruined.
So we finally got things sorted out there. Water is not running anywhere. We're just hoping when we get home that everything is okay. We'll follow up with that later.
Yeah.
But we get to ride the Grand Fiesta Tour featuring three caballeros. And now we're off to the rest of the World Showcase.
To the races.
We're off to the races, the rest of the World Showcase.
So, all right, so we're just starting it. So then we go to Norway, and we don't really get anything there. So we walked right by it.
Walked around Norway.
And
we
went
went
to
and
China.
got some
dumplings
and
crab ragout.
And they were delicious.
They were good
and
as
we
always.
Saw the little pandas.
And the little pandas are so cute. And then we just moseyed around in there a little bit. We took a break in there, actually, for just a little bit, because also we need to say it was almost 100 degrees, and we're coming from weather that has been like literally in the 60s. I mean, like summer's never going to happen here. So that was a huge shock to our system. So, oh my God, as soon as we got to China, we found some shade and sat down there for a little bit, and then recuperated and got up and kept going.
We kept going. We're getting ready to hit 20 minutes. So I think that's about halfway through our trip at the moment. So let's see.
We've still not done any more rides or anything like that.
We are walking out of the China Pavilion at 12:41.
So we've been there for 3 hours.
We've been there for 3 hours, and that's kind of the midday. So I think this is a good stopping point, because we're going to go straight into the next episode.
To the next episode.
And tell you everything else we did, and the rides we rode, and how the trip ended, and what happened to the toilet. But until next time, I'm Eric.
I'm April.
And this is a Small Disney podcast.